Good morning, dear students. Welcome you all. Best of luck for your annual examination. Today, we will start the revision of supplementary reader. The chapter name is The Bear Story. We have already revised the chapter number 7, chapter number 6 and 7. I want something in a case, and the chapter Chandni in PT second. So come on the chapter. Here the chapter is The Bear Story, Axel Munthe. This story is about an obedient bear. The bear was very gentle and good. He never harmed anybody. He was once wrongly scolded by his mistress, who had met some other bear in the forest and thought that it was her bear, who had disobeyed her and come after her in the forest. A lady who lived in an old manor house near the forest had a bear as a pet. She was very fond of him. The bear was very big and strong, but he never harmed anybody. He was very gentle. He was a vegetarian by choice. He ate bread, porridge, and vegetables, but he liked fruits the best. Understand? He looked with greedy eyes at the apples in the mistress' orchard since he was not allowed to climb up the trees. Understand? He waited for the apples to fall. Apples, he waited. He waited for the apples fall on the ground. He never broke. Never broke any rules. He was put on chain at nights. Understand? He was also put on chain on Sunday afternoon, Sunday's afternoon when his mistress went to visit her sister. His mistress did not take him with her because he always created some trouble whenever he went. Understand? She always went after promising him an apple. After her return, he behaved like a good, obedient bear. One Sunday, when the lady was halfway through the forest, a bear suddenly came up from behind and joined her. The lady thought it was her bear and became very angry. She thought it was her bear and became very angry. She thought that it was very naughty of him to have disobeyed her. She scolded she scolded him and told him to go back home. When he did not obey, when he did not obey the so she hit him with her parasol. The bear went away. When the lady returned home in the evening, she was still very angry. She began scolding him again and said he would be chained for 2 days. The cook heard his mistress scolding the bear and came out. He informed his mistress that her bear had been sitting there the whole day and looking towards the gates, waiting for her to come back. So, dear student, you have to learn all the question answer, because here in this exam descriptive type questions will come and you have to write the answer of these questions. Now, dear students, we will revise the next chapter, A Tiger in the House. The chapter is written by, the writer of the chapter is Ruskin Bond. This is a story about the bonds of love between man and animal. The old grandfather and the little tiger cub The basic nature of a wild animal remains the same. As time passed, the little cub named Timothy grew up became troublesome became troublesome. Sensing the danger, he was gifted to a zoo by the grandfather where he died. But at the zoo, another wild and dangerous tiger whom grandfather mistook to be Timothy licked his hand affectionately, lovingly. Grandfather discovered the tiger cub just by chance in the Tarai jungle near Dehradun. It was about 18 inches long, hiding in the roots of a banyan tree. Understand? He brought him home. He was named Timothy by the narrator's grandfather. Initially, the cook tried to feed him milk which he could not digest, so his diet was changed to raw meat. Dear student, you know that Timothy had two companions or playmates in the house. One was Toto, the monkey, and the other was a small puppy, Toto. Small puppy. Toto was bold and naughty. It used to playfully pull Timothy's tail. The puppy was friendly and often crawled on Timothy's back. When the narrator took the tiger out for walks, the people kept a safe distance from them. He often lay comfortably on the sofa. He slept at night in the cook Mahmud's quarters. When Timothy was 6 months old, a chance, a change come over him. He used to frighten the cats and grab the hens. He had to be changed more often. He had started acting dangerously. Grandfather decided to give him away to Lucknow Zoo. The two traveled in a reserved compartment. This the zoo authorities accepted the tiger gladly and put him in a cage. 6 months later, grandfather went to the zoo to see his pet. He went to Timothy's cage at once. He found a fully grown tiger sitting in a corner. He put his arms through the cage bars. The tiger came near. Believing him to be Timothy, grandfather stroked his forehead and even slapped him across the mouth. He licked grandfather's hand affectionately. The affectionately, this reunion attracted many people. An alarmed looking zookeeper told grandfather that the tiger was bad tempered and fierce. A leopard in the next case kept troubling the tiger, so grandfather looked for the zoo superintendent superintendent to request him to shift Timothy's to other case. The student, but the zoo superintendent but the Jew superintendent had left early that evening. When he returned to the cage to say goodbye to Timothy, another zookeeper informed him that his Timothy was dead. The tiger in the cage was a very dangerous one. Trapped only a month ago, the tiger was still licking grandfather's hand. He slowly and carefully withdrew his hands. So, in this chapter, we read this. Now, this is the last chapter, An Alien Hand. Jayant Narlikar. So, come on the summary of the chapter. Tilu was a small boy who lived with his parents on a planet. They lived underground under artificial conditions. Under artificial conditions, their entire community lived underground. Tilu's father was one of the few people who were allowed to go to the surface. Tilu always wanted to go with his father, but his mother was very strict. One day, Tilu took his father's security card, and when no one was looking, he tried to escape. But he had only enter, entered the secret passage after opening the gate with the help of the security card. He was caught. A security guard took him back home. His mother was very angry, but his father decided to explain everything clearly to him. Tilu's father worked on the surface of the planet. There, the air was too thin and the temperature too low for any ordinary man to survive. He went in a special suit and boots and carried a reservoir of oxygen. He also he had also been specially trained to survive and work there. There was a time when people, plants, and animals lived on the surface, but due to certain changes in the sun, the environment on the surface of their planet became difficult to survive in. Animals and plants died. Humans survived with the help of technology. They moved underground. To survive underground, the solar energy was used to generate power. For this, machines were needed. Some of these machines were on the surface. It was Tilu's father's job to keep these machines in good working condition. Next day, the scientists on Tilu's planet observed an alien spacecraft. The giant computer screen in the control room showed that it was moving towards their planet. Everyone was excited. It could mean that there was life on some other planet as well. The president announced that there were two spacecrafts. One was orbiting their planet while the other was still far away. He asked for the opinion of other people in the control room. A person in charge of defense, who was known for his courage and wisdom, said they could not destroy these spacecraft in space, but they can render them ineffective after they land. A second person, who was a scientist on the committee, recommended non-interference and passive observation. A social scientist said that they must keep their surface activities to the minimum so that their identity does not get revealed. The president then received the information that the first spacecraft had landed. Tilu's father took him to the control room the next day. He was very excited. He saw a panel with several colored buttons on it. The giant screen showed a mechanical hand emerging, coming from the spacecraft. It launched the soil, it touched the soil. Tilu, in his excitement, pressed an important red button on the panel. The mechanical hand became deactivated. Everybody stared at Tilu. His father quickly restored the button, but the damage was done. A NASA scientist at press conference informed that their Viking mission to Mars was going on well, but a small problem had come up, a mechanical hand that was to collect a sample of Martian soil for examination had stopped working. Understand? Stopped working. After some time, another announcement came that the hand was working again. The soil sample it collected could not prove that there was life on Mars. NASA scientists were disappointed. The Viking mission could find out nothing about Tilu and his people. So dear student, best of luck for your annual examination. You have to write question answer, but if you will be prepared, then you will write. If you will be prepared, you will be able to write answer of your questions. So you have to study thoroughly the chapters that had been revised by me in PT second. You have to revise these chapters also. So I hope that you will do the best. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you.